with the FIA are just almost like, what the hell was those stories called back in the day? Like, just this is, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up. So we already know, or if you don't know, team principal Toto Wolff is has been somehow, we talked about this earlier, under the allegations of the team principal of Mercedes. Let's say that, because I believe Toto's like the Jerry Jones of Formula One. What's up, the mechanic? But these allegations are going on, passing information. But this is what's funny. They said. Now, first, before I get on, I missed a super chat earlier from Sylvia Witt Kelly, stating that, shout out anyone in the Discord. Can we please see if you can check out and GoFundMe for our brother at this time, which is having a very rough situation in life. As far as, I'm not going to go into all his personal business, but it's not just a situation that is, it involves a life. It involves a life. I'm going to say that, okay? But as we go into this other situation, and I want to talk about this, because right now, the FIA said, the mechanic says, our tour Judy to F1 to split from F. Yeah, you're right. And Will says, what's up, fam? Lawsuits are coming. Mark my words. And bro, I do not doubt that lawsuits may be in the works. I don't doubt it one bit that lawsuits might be in the works with this situation, because this situation right here is ridiculous. It's not getting ridiculous. It already is ridiculous. It's ridiculous at this point in time. All right. So what I am going to say is the way that it was worded, or it was said, to how these situations come about or came about, is really what's kind of making everything that's happening right now very comical. And I mean comical in a way where it's almost foolish, because they have implicated, or they have pretty much said that there are a team, not a team, there are a group of individuals that represent teams that have said or expressed these concerns. This is what they've said. Okay. So when you say that, you would assume that even if this person didn't come up and say anything, you would assume that, hey, you would be able to kind of find out or sift through it to see who it may have been. Okay, that is kind of what you would think. You would be like, hey, there's probably, since things are not being so much similar. Oh, matter of fact, hold on, we got a super chat. Let me see. Let me fix it so I can see the super chats. Mechanic says, at will, yes, just read how all F1 teams are denied. And that's what we're about to get into. We're about to get into just that, okay? Because that is where things are getting funny, for me at least. That's where things are getting funny for me, is when you say that you have received, and I'm about to bring, a matter of fact, I'm just gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up real quick, because I think this is the funny part. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up, because I want you all to see what is being said to a degree, so that we can kind of sift through it together. All right, we can sift through it together. That's what I want to do. So let's go through this real quick, and I'm going to show you why this right here is the reason for things looking foolish. And it looks really crazy right now. It looks crazy because of everything else that we're going to look into regarding this. All right. And when you see the way this is worded, if this is true, then why is it that we are starting to see an influx of "that ain't me" type situations? Okay. So it says right here that Where is it? Conflicts between the member and where allegations. Blah, 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 blah. All right, right here. The FI announced on Tuesday that its compliance department was investigating a potential conflict of interest over the passing of information between a member of FOM personnel and a team principal. So that's one team principal, not number of team principals. They're saying that there is specifically one team principal that is in question of receiving confidential documentation. One, not many, not some, one. All right. Now it's going to go into saying that it is understood that it was a reference to a report suggesting that team principals had complained. Now, this is where my thing comes in right here. This is where my situation comes in right here. All right. That's the problem. This is where the problem begins. Suggesting that team principals. So that means more than one team principal has expressed concerns about this allegation directed at Mercedes. All right. One team principal has been pointed out by several team principals of F1 teams had complained to the FIA about there being a potential conflict. Now, here it is right here. Another key part of this, potential. So you mean to tell me that right now we investigating on potential? Okay, that's cool. You can question it, but potential. So nobody had any factual information. So none of these team principals that came up and complained about this situation handed the FIA factual information or said, hey, I have a scapegoat. No, not I have a whistleblower for you. No, it says potential. Conflict of interest between Toto Wolff, the boss of the Mercedes team, and wife Susie over the transfer of information. Shit like this is what brings even more validity to the speculation that people have about the FIA working in hand with Red Bull on things, that Massa having a situation where the FIA, Bernie Eccleston, Renault all came together to hide and implement the crash gate, because we have factual evidence in history that shows that these things are not impossible to happen. Yet you'll have people come here and say this is all tinfoil cap crap talk. No, these are real concerns based off the past, things that have happened. Here we go. Did you see my DMJ? I did not see that DMG yet, Blue Diva. I will check it though. Galactus, what info did they say they get the lunch menu? Mechanic, wouldn't surprise me if the FIA schemed this so that they could go against Mercedes, and we'll all know why they did choose to attack Mercedes. Clue number 44. Right. So now let's get into this. Now recall all team principals. Okay. Now bear with me because I just finished getting some dinnerware. I'm coming in. We're just going to cover this. So this is Haas, the most non-American team on the grid. Okay. As you see right here, they say, we confirm that we have not made any complaints to the FIA regarding the allegations of information of confidential nature. So they're saying it ain't us. So right there, you got one team Haas saying it ain't us. We did not talk to the FIA. We did not complain about anything to the FIA in regards to these allegations. Okay, so we got Haas. Haas right there, right? Haas, so we checking Haas off. Haas is off there right now. Okay, so who do we got next? We got Williams. We can confirm that we have not made any complaints to the FIA. Okay, so there goes Williams. Williams is off. Will I Am says, Jay, did you see Harder on Sky say we did not put in formal complaint? Said, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's what I'm going to get to. Formal 3 times. Horner, what did you put in informally is the question. We be on some shit here at the Wolfpack. Thank you, bro. I was going to get to that. Thank you for Mary Beanie. This smells like Karen Horner. Thank you. All right. So we got Williams checked off. McLaren, we can confirm that McLaren Racing has not made a complaint. We know that Zach Brown does not have a problem voicing that he either has an issue with somebody that's done something against the sport or even his team, because we saw what happened during the whole cost cap situation. He called Karen Horner out right there on stage about, hey, I put a letter in. I said, if somebody is cheating, then they need to be completely reprimanded. We know that Zach Brown will speak up. Alfa Romeo stake, which is going to be Haas, Alfa Romeo, and Sauber, all switched up. We can confirm that we have not made any complaint. They said any complaint to the FIA regarding allegations. Okay, so there's Haas, there's McLaren, there's Williams, there's Alfa Romeo. They out of there, all right? So right there, we rolling down. So we got another team saying it wasn't us. It wasn't our team principal. We didn't complain about this. Here we go. Ferrari. We can confirm that we have not made any complaints to the FIA regarding allegations of information of confidential nature. So Ferrari saying it wasn't us. We didn't do it. Now they said it was team principals. We're starting to knock down this list. There's only 10 teams on the grid, okay? So we already through several teams that have said that they have confirmed it wasn't us. So how many teams are we going to, then we know Mercedes, they not, because they the ones being pointed at, okay? We know generic statements from the FIA evening, and they basically, this is just saying them, we have, this team has not received communications from the FIA compliance department on this topic, and it was highly surprising to learn of this investigation through media statements. Mercedes saying, how in the hell do we learn that we are being investigated? Are there allegations against us through media outlets and not a direct correspondence from the FIA or governing body or investigative body to us? Okay, so there's Mercedes. They out because they the ones having the finger point. Here we go with Red Bull. We can confirm that we have not made any complaint to the FIA regarding the allegation of information of confidential nature being passed between an F1 team principal and a member of the FOM staff. That's what Red Bull has put out. will.i.am. Mad teams out here like Shaggy. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Exactly, bro. It wasn't me. So that's Red Bull, right? Here we go with the other Red Bull team. We can confirm that we have not. So AlphaTauri saying that they have not. Aston Martin saying they confirmed that they have not. Alpine saying we confirmed that we have not. We're back to Haas. So we done went through all 9 teams, including the one team in Mercedes that's being pointed at, that said they didn't receive, weren't notified. Other 9 teams said it wasn't us. But hold, wait a minute. But see, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Those who smelt it often dealt it. The person that starts crying often is the one that damn did the spying. Karen Horner, Christian Horner, informally Karen Horner, on Sky Sports. And we know Christian is a liar. Christian is a liar. He is a person of low integrity, at least in the public eye. He's okay with foul things going his way as long as his team can benefit from it. As you saw, my brother Will said on there, Christian Karen Horner said too many times, in my opinion, that we did not formally. The mechanic says get rid of Shady, Ben, Shalem, and Derek Warwick. I'm trying to tell you who owns a Honda dealership in America. Right, we're going to get in that. FIA should investigate that. They should. But he said we have not formally. So like Will said, what did you say informally? See, it's all about the play of words with Christian. It's all about the play of words with a lot of things when people are trying to be very under the radar with it. And how much integrity is it going to be? Maybe this whole thing is just blown out of proportion, right? But when you put out a statement, or a statement is put out, or any type of report, journalistic from, pretty much accredited sources is put out, and you say right here that it is understood that this was in reference to a report suggesting that team principals had complained to the FIA. You said multiple team principals about Toto Wolff, the boss of Mercedes team. Multiple. You have referenced that you have multiple complaints from several other Formula One team principals. Yet you have all other 9 teams involved in the sport of F1 putting out social media posts denying that they had any involvement of complaining to the FIA about Mercedes receiving this information about a team principal. I find it awful odd that they also did not include Mercedes. Why not just say Mercedes? Because we all know who this is about. But anyway, DG Big Blue says, I was Andretti. It was Andretti, and good morning. They want to the right. Galactica says, was it Andretti? Laugh out loud. They need to let them in. Hey, maybe it was, but they said team principals. And what we do know right now is Andretti's not a Formula One team principal. I'm not going to go as far to say I don't think Andretti would do that because they've done some other questionable things outside the sport that I really don't agree with in regards to Lewis Hamilton and some situations that kind of put a little bit of salt in some of their, but I still would like to see them in the sport of Formula One. But so what's going on right here? I mean, what is going on? Why does this already seem so shady, baby? Why does it already seem so damn shady? What are they trying to do here? Like, honestly, what are they trying to do? And I told you all, when blood is in the water and a giant falls, everybody hears, feels, and sees it. And you will have many, many people trying to stack dirt on top of that giant, hoping they never get up again. This team has a common interest, or other people have a common interest in this team falling. I ain't going to need to say that what it is because you probably already know. Well, I think it was Donald Trump. I wouldn't doubt if it was Donald Trump. Donald Trump's a shady-ass character as it is, too. And right now in America, a lot of things are going on crazy. The minute Karen starts with, he's lying. Oh, Mary Beanie says the moment he starts with he probably is lying. But this is, and I will say this, if 9 teams put out posts saying that they didn't do it, and then we find out, because remember they said plural, team principals. If we find out legitimately by an official document our findings within an investigation, whether they find Mercedes to be clear of these allegations or faulty to these allegations, there are going to have to be names listed as to who put in these complaints and or should be summoned to verify and stand against Mercedes in respect to this. If we find out that this is true, that there are a few teams that did complain to the FIA about said situation, that's even worse, because 9 teams put out these posts saying it wasn't us. 9 teams put out posts saying it wasn't us. So that's on noted. That's noted. 9 teams put out posts saying it's not us. Whether it be by whatever social media or whatever outlet, including Red Bull, 9 teams said it's not us. If we find out that that's not true, that just continues to muddy and drive a wedge between the sport of Formula One and the fans, spectators, content creators that support it. Where does the lack of integrity stop? Where does it all stop where somebody says, yo, we can't keep doing this BS? But that's why you can't get mad when people call Formula One WWE. I mean, you got reality TV show shit happening right now. There's no way, if this is true, we should have had 9, 10 posts, all accumulative, in regards to this situation, and 9 other, excluding the team that's being accused, say that we can confirm that we have not made any complaint. It's just, these are the off-season shenanigans. Be ready for more. But I just want to know this. Why didn't we have this level of complaint in the other way about AD 2021? Why didn't we have 9 teams come out and say, hey, I do not support the actions of the FIA, the actions of the race director, the actions of the Red Bull team in regards to the situation that took place in AD 2021? Where was all this team? Hey, we ready to speak up then? Where was it then? Now here we are talking about phantom allegations. Y'all want to talk about 10 cap foil shit? Here you go. We talking about phantom allegations, and they all standing up for it. This ain't, I mean, in comparison to some of the other things that we've seen and dealt with in this sport, why is it that we have such an accumulative front on everybody? We all got to address this. All teams got to address this. Why don't you address topics and situations that are very critical and important? Like AD 2021. Where is that? Like the cost cap. Where is that? Where is the energy for the things that really, really matter? But for something like this, oh, they all up. They woke up for this. Like, oh yeah, put that post out. We wanna show them they're not gonna bully us. The FIA and the F1, we're not standing for this. F1, we're getting this shit right here is just too funny. Y'all need to put y'all energy in some real vehicles that's really gonna make a change, because I don't know what, like I said earlier, whatever kind of information that may have been passed, not that it makes it right, shit, Mercedes got it. It must not have been how to make a good car. I mean, hell, what was it? It wasn't how to make a good car. Didn't help them on the track. So I'm just saying, but I'm just going to wait. We all going to wait. We're going to see where this goes. All right, we're going to see where this goes, because I want to know where this goes. And I'm not going to be surprised if we don't hear anything about this in a couple of weeks. I'm not going to be surprised if this just kind of dissipates and dies, and maybe a glimpse of it comes out as testing approaches, where it can be then kind of covered and swallowed up by the influx of interest of the new Formula One season coming about. They've done this before. They'll do it again. They stay doing these type of shenanigan things. Is ultimately ridiculous. It is. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, I thought I'd just bring that up because I found that tremendously funny that 9 teams come out saying we had nothing to do with this. But yet, it is being reported that the FIA said several team principals have put forth concern about one team principal receiving these information. So we'll see what happens. Blue Diva says Sky Sports F1 helped Karen cover up his lies. Sky Sports just seems like they are like Fox 5. That's the equivalent in Formula One is Fox 5. Sky Sports, they kind of like equivalent. They like that, Fox 5. Matter of fact, you remember the whole situation where Fox 5 was they were so gung-ho defending Trump and saying all this other stuff, right? And then we find out behind the scenes, because it gets leaked, that the reporters are like asking, why do we have to report on this shit? This is not true. It's like that's Sky Sports is the Fox 5 of Formula One. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see where this goes. I'm going to report on it. I'm going to come and give my opinion on it if it does pop and we find out more about this. But until then, Peace. I will see you soon. I told you we're going to be live every week. And also, the mechanic, maybe they want a story for DTS drama series. And I don't doubt that either. That could also be the case. You know, we got movies being filmed, DTS coming out. But anyway, peace. I'm out. See you soon. Going live on IG. Yeah.